Hey, game fans, I am back with another video. Yep, I'm back with more Resident Evil, reviewing the second film by Anderson, the second Anderson Resident film, Apocalypse, released in 2004. This game loosely adapts the plot of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, which released on the OG PlayStation. This is before the second next generation of consoles. This is for the next generation of consoles with the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube. The game is. Because the movie released in 2004. Like then, we already have Resident Evil 4 came out. Resident Evil 1 remake is already on the GameCube alongside Resident Evil 0. So, yeah. This film is it's supposed to get worse and worse as it goes on. But interesting about Milla Jovovich, the actress who played Alice, was actually a fan of the games. So I don't think the actress should get a lot of hate for what happens in the film. She's just doing her job as an actor. She's just doing her job as an actor. So you shouldn't really give him that much flack for everything that happens in the film. You blame Anderson for that decision. Or it's possible Studio Medlin. I don't know much, but I plan to rewatch these films eventually with commentary. Just to see the process of what made these films alive, what changed, everything. Help shed more light on what exactly happened. Yeah, I promise to explain this. But we'll get there. So for now, let's get the review. So the film opens up with narration by Alice, recapping some of the events of the previous film. Let's then cut to a suburban area in Raccoon City, most likely a private place owned by Raccoon, not Raccoon, owned by the Umbrella Corporation, because we learn where a bunch of scientists live. We cut to some people, as we cut to some people in hazmat suits. Sorry. Investigating the hive when it goes when attacked by the infected, causing it to start spreading into a city. We're going to get the scientists out there. One of them is Dr. Ashford, an English scientist who definitely comes from England because he's British accent. No, I looked it up. Dr. Ashford is the original character created for this film, but it seems to be loosely based off William Birkin from Resident Evil 2. That's just I'm guessing though. So Ashford's worried about his daughter, but they say she's also so. She's shown getting in the car with some umbrella operatives while trying to drive out. They end up crashing into a tanker. And this is like early on. Anyway, we cut to 13 hours later. As we get the same scene we saw at the end of the last film, where I was waking up and get the hell out there. But it seems to me she was awakened by something. By someone. Yeah. We also get a scene introducing us to a new character. As she overhears a police radio, she goes up to the police station. It's revealed to be the in I1 and 3 protagonist, Jill Valentine. At the time, she's only appeared in 2 games. At the time this film came out, she's only appeared in 2 games. 2.5 if you count the remake. So that's more of a remake, though. So I say half. So, yeah. And it made a remake. That's her. Yeah. She, like the actress playing her, she does looks right for the part. Especially how much actually managed to recreate her entire game outfit. Like, imagine recreate her entire game outfit. More simply, her RE3 outfit. It's completely accurate to the game, especially the short hair. Of course, she has dark brown hair in this movie. When the games at the time, she had more of a lighter brown. But anyway, I guess retconned in the in RE3 remake to have more of a darker brown hair. But my fear, she even has a remake look in Death Island. There could be an universe explanation of that. That's still something from the events of Resident Evil 5. So she changed her look. But I want to say the CGI movies also could be the games. So look forward to that in the future. And they are said to be canon. They are said to be canon. So, yeah. Anyway, after that, Jill was badass on the scene killing zombies. One of them, like a flashy man, close the border later. In this case. Anyway, they get the hell out of this damn city. Actually, that's where the whole Alice scene happened. So yeah, they are on the Railroad Gate Bridge. Opens, checkpoint stuff. Checking people infected. She wants an old friend. Who isn't Barry? Yeah, that's a weird choice, but seeing what they did to this character later, kind of fine with it not being Barry. No, Barry wouldn't even make a reappearance until Revelations 2 years later. It's loosely based on, it's just, as I said, it's loosely based on RE3. Because there's infected people there. There's someone, an affected man had appeared. Also, goes on to shut down Raven Gate Bridge and threatened to kill citizens. Ew, don't leave. Force them to flee. You know, Helicopter films an umbrella operatives trying to rescue a woman who was battling some zombies who already got infected. Even after the zombies there, she knew she was going to turn. So she jumps off the building to kill herself, so she doesn't become one. So, yeah. So now, two of those operatives are Carlos and Nikolai. I think the third one's called Ewan. Now, those are the same way. Carlos and Nikolai are both from Resident Evil 3. But you know, the depiction of Carlos in this film isn't accurate to the one depicted in the original Resident Evil E. I bet the personality seems to be similar to what Resident Evil 3 Remake did with the character. We vamped him to be more different. And no, they didn't whitewash him. I think the actor is American. I mean, naturally born American. I don't know, really. I don't know if he has any heritage or not. So, put on that. The character was white in the game at the time, but was slightly changed to be a little of more of a different red heritage. The remake, which actually makes him more of a bad character. Wanting to help people. Now, the simple plot wise. Well, we do get to see Ashford trying to find his daughter and not seeing everything on security cameras. As we see Alice again, getting some gear. But something seems to be wrong with her. Because she's somehow she's been injected with the T virus. That hasn't changed at all. We don't know how much time has passed since the events of the first film. At least this takes place after it. At least they managed to get some sense of vision in this movie. I'll get to that later. So we get season. So yeah. Right. Jill on her plan end up but also end up with a reporter named Terry. This is where they make their way to the church. A lot of fights. Something's gonna happen. They meet a douchebag man. And searching. After a scene with Jill ends up taking down a effective woman who turns out to be, I think, the priest's sister. Might be one of that. He's killed. Of course, they're both killed. So not really that important in the film. What was our point of that anyway? Anyway, liquor shop and start attacking. That douchebag from earlier is killed. Wasn't trying to find enough, but nothing works. Then they're rescued by Alice, who easily takes care of them. So yeah, we see more of Mary Sue coming in these films. Yeah. Yeah, Braves had that problem in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Ugh, I'm not looking forward to reviewing those. But I do plan to re-review Star Wars films, because of course Star Wars Day is coming up. Starting, of course, it's 2 months from now. Get that, but you know what I mean. No, earlier, so those films then. And a possible reviews on something else. I wasn't actually planning to review Indiana Jones after this, but I changed my mind. I decided I'm gonna check out something. I'll get to one reviewing that what I plan to watch next after this video. Jill's response to me is, "Who the fuck are you?" That's not something Jill would ever say. Does not have that type of personality. She's a good person. She's a good person, yes, but she is not. She's not feisty like that. She'll say thanks, but who are you? If there was a West adaptation, they could have referenced something from the games, like a Jill sandwich, or Cheese's lines. So, yeah. Anyway, so make your way out. Early on, Jill's friend again was bitten. As we get another scene with those umbrella optics with Carlos, Nikolai, and Ewan. Ewan is again bitten, so don't trust the camera around. And let's put all the scenes together. Mostly. I see Isabella abandoned them. Dr. Ashford is looking at us. The conversation. And explains this. Says she was a member of Umbrella. Now, it's the only beef references we get with the previous film. So. So. Anyway. Yeah, bro, just the current. So, yeah, those guys. So, yeah, the douchebag antagonist of this movie ends up activating the Nemesis program. So. Anyway, walking by the phone. They get a phone. Answering the phone. It was real Dr. Ashford who says tells him there's a way out, but they're gonna have to do something with him first. Find his daughter, Angela. So Alice agrees. As again head up this as they head up to school. Meanwhile, Nemesis makes himself known like killing off some STARS members. Yeah, we don't get trying to flash them out, they're just there to get killed. So after that guy was there again too. So after that, again ends up being attacked by a Nemesis. And well, Joe ends up getting killed by him. Goes in to split off from Alice, who faces off against the Nemesis. After about Alice ends up injuring himself a bit, but manages to escape from the Nemesis. Oh yeah, you know, Alice doesn't have that many scenes in the film, at least early on. Hey, the Umbrella Officers, Carlos and Nikolai, end up forced to kill their friend Ewan, who's already turned. Umbrella seemed to bad to them. Yes, they seem to get the call too. They're not really that important because we don't have much time with them to show their characters. Yeah, that's a problem with that. Along the way, Jill and Terry end up finding that man who goes by the name LJ. So they head to the school and got split up on the 3 different floors to search. Terry ends up finding a girl, thinking it's Angela, but no. Turns out it was Angela's classmate, one of them anyway. All of them actually show up infected. That is dark. I'm not joking, this was not in the games either. Most likely the boy complaints from parents. That's dark. As those kids end up killing Terry or leaving her camera behind. But they don't have any scenes of shooting kids. That's kind of dark though. Children were affected, which would make sense. They're in the city too. But reason don't be in the games because parents were complaining about shooting children. Yeah, I can understand that. It's incredibly fucked up. No one gets any satisfaction with shooting some fucking kids unless you're a psychopath. Also, there's not that much Nemesis in the film either. But I do like how accurate he looks to the games. Seriously, even though this is not a great film, the accuracy to some of the costumes are amazing. Very detailed and accurate. It's just a shame in the bad films. Anyway, LJ's a run to Nikolai. LJ's a run to Carlos. Also help look for Angela, who Jill eventually finds, who goes by Angie. Mentions tells her about Terry's death. So yeah, well, of course they're tired. Saved by Nikolai though. There's ambushed by another one, but wants to take care of them. Wasn't Jill and Angie out there? And well, Nikolai's dead. Yep. That's how they do it to that character. Nikolai's one of the best characters of Resident Evil 3. Most despicable character in a good way. It was so satisfying when he eventually got what he deserved. Yet they butchered the character in this film. And we can't just get a sense of Carlos' personality either. Anyway, for some reason Jill was smoking. She never smokes. Like, figure, not in any of her appearances Jill ever smokes. I'm saying, do you... Like, it might have been limitations to the OG game, but... Well, Chris initially smoked when he first appeared in the original Resident Evil. But Jill never once smoked. Oh, yeah, I don't know why they did that. Just baffling. Anyway, Jill uses that to try and destroy him, but it does not work. So Alice comes in to save the day. Again. Yeah, Jill does not have any good moments in this film. She's one of the most capable characters in the entire franchise. So capable enough to be the solo protagonist, the sole main character of Resident Evil 3, alongside Carlos, who's playable as well. Because that game has some choice-based narratives and what specific things to do. But yeah. So, anyway. Yeah. So, yeah. As a brief interaction, it's revealed that Angela has been infected with T-virus as well. But she actually explains the T-virus was created by her father, Dr. Ashford, but not as a bioweapon. It was just to cure his daughter's disease. She walked unconscious and she could get gone worse. That's why he created the virus to save her. That's actually really interesting and different. That's actually gives a more sympathetic side. Well, anyway, Umbrella came and took the project away from him, used as a bioweapon. Kind of reminds me of Devil's Breath from Spider-Man. Originally developed as a cure, but became a bioweapon. But of course, that was quite... Of course, there are differences in that one. I know that. I'm just saying, just reminds me about that. So... Hey, Dr. Ashwell gets one last chance to his daughter before he's especially caught. Anyway, the gang and Fishy make it to the... so the remaining survivors, Fishy head off to the airport. Of course, it was a trap now. Give him a trap. And they'll get captured. And Alice is forced to fight the Nemesis. But she initially refuses, but Dr. Ashwell is killed by that bastard. Wasn't Alice no choice. Really interested in bike choreography, and Alice seemingly wins but she seemed to realize it was Matt. I don't know if she knew from the start or not. She knew it was the Nemesis, so she should have known that was Matt. Alice refuses to kill him. The T-virus mutated inside of Alice, creating something new. Hey, Nemesis. Well, anyway, Nemesis has a tenant on Umbrella. Now Alice and the others time to fight back and get the hell out there. I was just getting a helicopter. Also managed to push that son of a bitch down. There are also a lot of action scenes too. He's left to die. And he doesn't have the old satisfaction of killing himself. Because he is eligible, that's how he gets to suffer. Fit and for a villain. Mace Myers, but early on it's mentioned that Raccoon City will get nuked. So, and as he does, seeing that throw the helicopter projection, also the crash and Alice get really seemingly die and get critically injured and just seems to be dead. When she's eventually found by Umbrella, but the others seem to be missing. After that, the footage of the events leak, but of course Umbrella covers it up, claiming it to be a hoax. Now Jill and Carlos are wanted. Alright, Alice sees a wake up in some sort of facility in the rejuvenation trailer. So, and she's brought out, like she doesn't remember, like she's just new, recently created. But eventually she remembers everything and kicks everyone's ass and gets out there. Well, she's rescued by Jill, and LJ, Carlos, and Angie. And of course, the one scientist who's just going to become important. Well, this is going to become final boss for her in the last film. Then she has her own antagonist, but I like how she has her own original antagonist, but don't do it at the expense of another antagonist. Yeah. I mean, it seems Alice has some type of protocol slipped inside her, making her a sleeper agent. I was thinking, oh, what's going to happen next? We never know. Yeah, here's the problem. This never gets followed upon in the sequel. This never gets followed upon in a sequel, sadly. I don't know what happened, but this is going to become a common thing in entire films. Something introduced at the end of one film is just not followed up, or just mainly thrown out the window in the opening act. So obviously some behind the scenes trouble has been going on, forcing changes to whatever they have planned. So yeah, get used to this, especially for the last one. Because that's the most egregious of them all. That's what's this. It's never explained what happened to the other characters. I'm not kidding, it's never explained. I'll get more detail on that later in this film. Anyway, that's it for this video. I guess I just plan to give this a watch. I never once seen any of these films. So I'll see how good this is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Show my content, please press the button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel, share my video always because you can feel free to make a playlist out of my videos to keep it more consistent. I'll see you guys next time for another video. Well, the third film. Shin Megami Films out.